I promise to turn it off when the game starts.
Yeah, right.
I have to, or else I'll lag.
Oh, you're streaming it?
Aw, shitty Canadian internet.
Really? Oh, wow.
Hello everybody, this is Hazard. Welcome to the NeoGAF Open. This is number 2, of course. We have Splinter with me casting, but more importantly, we have Ezrarh versus Twosocks. This is the Losers Bracket Finals, a PvZ on Xel'Naga for Game 1. Splinter, please tell me your Canadian internet is now fixed.
Yeah, I got this really big line from Buffalo, but I don't know if that's an improvement.
So now
Hazard,
we have
who's going to win this game? I want you to tell me right now.
Ezrarh, because he's Protoss.
So you think that Protoss has a definitive advantage in Zerg versus Protoss?
I think versus Twosocks, Protoss has a definitive advantage, yes.
I see. So you do not think that Twosocks is the caliber of player as Ezrarh, and that just because of the balance of this matchup that Ezrarh should be able to win?
I think the openness of the natural combined with Ezrarh is a very good player. I think he'll be able to take advantage of that fairly easily.
Now, of course, this is just game 1 of a best of 5, so with a best of 5, you got quite a few games, so players usually don't go with the same thing every game. You see a lot more varied play. What do you have to say about that, Hazard?
Well, I certainly think it's going to play a big role, but our map pool, because we started this tournament a lot earlier than it is going right now, our map pool is very odd. So we have a lot of older ladder maps and maps that people don't really play, like Junkyard, for example. So when Ezrarh, I think, since maps play a very, very important role for Zerg, because especially taking that third base, for example, simply being Protoss in these situations where you're able to 1 or 2 base will be a lot more advantageous for Ezrarh.
Yeah, of course. So right now we see that Twosocks decided to go with the 14 hatch, I believe, while Ezrarh decided to put down Gateway and Cybercore, getting his gas as well. Not seeing any Forge put down by Ezrarh. If anybody was watching the stream last night, they would have seen in the games between Twosocks and Strike, I believe, Twosocks 14 hatched every single game, and Strike respond with Forge and then putting cannons down to deny the expansions. He was able to deny the expansions in every game that all 3 games, but he ended up actually losing the series in the long run.
That's really surprising to me, but it looks like since with this double gas and 1 gate, we'll see a Stalker, and then will the gas be used for tech, or will it just be a 3-gate expand with sentries? We'll find out shortly. Right now, Twosocks, of course, is just getting that early double queen, and on Xel'Naga, man, it's really hard, because the 3-gate sentry expand is a very solid opening. But with that very large area, you can really poke away with roaches early game and drain sentry energy, which of course is so crucial. Really, as long as the game goes on, sentry energy is invaluable.
And we see the Stargate being put down by Ezrarh. I think that's an interesting decision. 1 gate, Stargate, then the 2nd gate, so going for this extremely fast Stargate. Do you think we're going to see Phoenixes or Void Rays, or a combination of both? Right now, it seems quite popular at the higher level of plays. Get that Void Ray out first, and then Phoenixes.
Exactly. You get that 1 Void Ray out just so it can fly across the map, poke away, see what it can pick up, see how many queens there are. Then you follow up with 1, 2, 3 Phoenixes. Depends how much gas you want to invest, and you can really pick off and snipe the queens. You know, as I said, we could have expected a 3-gate expand, but once that drone died, you know, it's free reign for the Protoss, and he decides to spend his gas on tech, adding the 2nd gateway now, and here comes a Phoenix.
So interesting decision there. Probably going to get 4 Phoenixes, then move out, before even revealing he has the Stargate tech already available to him. At the same time, Twosocks went extremely aggressive and early Roach Warren, getting that before Lair started, even before he starts collecting gas again. Kind of confusing because he put down so early, and he hasn't been collecting gas, now just putting guys in gas. So, odd decision there.
Right, and as you said, we're probably going to see 3 or 4 Phoenixes. That's the number you do need to snipe off Queens. There's 2 out, third one on the way, and now Twosocks does have some good Overlord placement, so it'll probably be scouted, but of course that does mean 2 or 3 free Overlords.
Ezrarh tried to put down a force field on the Raptor Trap, the 2 Lings that were going up to scout, but slightly missed on that force field. Nevertheless, it looks like he is posturing to expand here, putting a pylon at the lower ground, and he has added on a 3rd or 4th gateway, so I'm feeling expand coming on here. Well, he'll use this Stargate play to harass the Zerg.
Yeah, I'm surprised Twosocks hasn't put down an Evo chamber yet, because he's poking with the Lings and he still hasn't seen that Nexus go down, and that timing is way past for that 3-gate expand. Here come the Phoenix moving across the map. Looks like they actually won't be catching any Overlords.
2 Queens started right away.
Yep, and that Evo chamber, so Twosocks is gonna, keep his Queens together. That's very smart. You can just drone. Here comes the Phoenix inside the main. Will they pick off a Queen? Yes, they will go after it.
Getting that Queen down, it's almost dead. Down goes the Queen. Second Queen being picked up right now, taking a huge amount of damage. A 3rd Queen popped up at the natural, but he hasn't even noticed that yet. Finally now, using it to inject, it's going to get picked up too right away.
That's right, Phoenix with all of their energy, so good. Of course, going to have to make 2 Spore Crawlers, and even then, it won't really cover all the drones. You can snipe off the gas
Spores just got started right now. During this time, Twosocks is droning, which is kind of actually the standard thing you do. It may seem counterintuitive, but Protoss doesn't really have the forces to push out, so it makes sense to drone at the same. Also, Twosocks putting on pressure with a number of Lings, 2 Roaches at Ezrarh's front. However, I think Ezrarh's going to be able to hold this.
Yeah, there's some good building placement right there for Ezrarh. He needs to be very careful. It doesn't cancel the
shields are down.
Looks like Ezrarh just has just enough, and starting that +1 attack. Phoenix is still harassing during the whole time of this, poking around. As when you fly with your Phoenix like this, it really puts a hamper on that 3rd base of Zerg. If you just leave your Phoenix there, you can just pick up any drone that decides to expo, really.
I have to say, Ezrarh's just has been perfect on his execution so far. Looking to find the word there, but you're looking at the supply count, 67 for Ezrarh, 44 for Twosocks. Looking at the work count, 38 for Ezrarh, 28 for Twosocks. He's just so far ahead. He was able to get his Nexus up without having it cancel, even though he was facing the pressure. Great job here by Ezrarh.
Yeah, I was just about to say, being supply blocked at 44 for quite a long time. Twosocks didn't clump the Overlords when he saw the Phoenix coming. That's very important. Otherwise, you're just going to have them all picked off. We'll have a pylon wall on the bottom right. Ezrarh playing very safe, doesn't want any Banelings coming in and just destroying his economy. Getting that Robo is almost finished, not adding any more gas units from the Stargate right now, and he's sitting pretty, still using the Phoenix for scouting. It's really nice to see, because you have that map control. You can just fly around, and you can see all the Zerg tech buildings, and you can just decide what to warp in, when to probe, or do whatever you want with your Chrono Boost.
Yeah, he's done a beautiful job with these Phoenixes right now. He's forced Twosocks to actually put down 4 Spore Crawlers. Almost seems like an overreaction from Twosocks, putting down 4 Spore Crawlers. And of course, when he killed off those Overlords, he killed quite a few of them. That he has to remake the Overlords. That costs money in Larvae, which denied him droning, even the ability to drone, because he was supply blocked. So only now he's starting to make drones.
Right, and even if he does drone, which of course he is, it's 51 for Protoss, 44 for Zerg. But no matter how hard he drones, he's still going to be on 2 base. So what do you think he should do? I think he should just try and do a wacky all-in, but that's just my opinion.
I would have said maybe a Hydra all-in before Colossus come out, but the first Colossus being started right now from Ezrarh's robotics facility. And he's also he's got a Voyager in there, so we could see that so-called imbalanced composition from Artosis and Hydra of Colossus Voyager.
Right, I'm just trying to think of some all-ins he could be doing, and I'm thinking like a Burrow Roach Hydra with an Overseer to snipe the Observer. Then he could maybe possibly take out the main, but that's something that needed to happen over 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's way too late now. Yeah, this is definitely something that had to happen quite a bit earlier. It looks like Twosocks is just going to try to recover, play the macro game. and hopes it works out for him. However, he is quite far behind right now.
Right, he's just pumping Corruptors. He's getting +2/+1 and Burrow, so he will be ready for the Colossus. The problem is, Phoenix Void Ray Colossus, that takes quite a long time to die.
Yeah, and also Corruptors, you need more of them than they have Void Rays, because Void Rays are actually stronger than Corruptors. They kind of do a bit better, where part of the anger comes in this matchup.
Alright, but we do have Tunneling Claws going up for Twosocks, so he will, be trying something. The problem is, Ezrarh's base is pretty cannoned up. There's only one real spot, and that one spot is covered by that Observer and Ezrarh's whole army.
Yeah, right now looks like in the production queue, we have the Extended Thermal Lens finishing up, the Nexus at the third for Ezrarh finishing as well, so he's going to be actually expansion ahead for a little bit of time, as Twosocks just got his third down. But the upgrades, though, I think Twosocks has been doing a good job in that regard.
Oh yeah, Twosocks' macro is, great. All of his larvae, all his injects seem to be on point. He's got a lot of eggs coming out, a lot of roaches. His creep spread has been good. His money's been low. No, he's been playing a very good game. The problem is that the opening, he wasn't really prepared for it, and that put him behind so much. And Ezrarh is the kind of player to capitalize on that.
The Corruptors coming out here to to almost flank the Phoenixes. Of course, the Phoenixes being faster, taking some damage, but getting away, not losing any Phoenixes, which is quite important.
That's right, they have shields, they'll be fine. We have a Twilight Council that just finished. I assume we'll have Blink started immediately. There it is, and being chronoed. Of course, you need that Stalker support to focus fire down those Corruptors when they do become a problem. We have a lot of Corruptors and a lot of Roaches. Roach Burrow movement is finished along with Burrow. Looks like Twosocks is actually going to move down, see if he can't probably kill the third. Or check up on the
extremely
goal.
aggressive fourth as well from Ezrarh. He has to add on production facilities as well at this time.
Oh, Phoenix engaging without the army, that's not good. Twosocks being very, very, very not being good with his roaches. That's a very bad spot to engage. Corruptors doing all the damage they can versus Colossus, focus firing them, but there's a lot of Stalkers. Still, the Void Rays are just going to clean up everything on the ground when this is over.
Yeah, those Void Rays started to charge up, just dealing so much damage against the Corruptors. And now Ezrarh is getting up the fourth at the gold, on top of it just being his fourth base already. And he has a commanding lead.
Right, I mean, he sniped a lot of Colossus. That's a very, very important point. Now, the problem is, or no, I wouldn't say problem, what I would like to have seen is just an Overseer in there, and if you just pick off the Observer, your army is now so much stronger. I mean, he only has, what, one Observer right now? If you just pick that off, then wow, your Roach Burrow movement becomes amazing.
Of course, also, it kind of is based on where the engagement occurs. There are cannons around the third. There's going to be cannons around the fourth at the gold. There's one at the natural as well, so you'd have to take care of the cannon as well.
Yeah, Roaches are pretty hardy units, though. They snipe cannons real fast, so that's quite alright.
Looks like both players, though, just macroing up. Probably not going to be... Oh, looks like Ezrarh is going to be pushing into the third. Twosocks has to defend this if he has any hope of coming back. Some good force fields. Blocking off a number of roaches. He's going to push slightly back. Now engaging. He has... Looks like pretty good positioning and just too many more units.
Yeah, the Corruptors were targeting the Void Rays first instead of Colossus. I'm actually not sure what you should target first, but Colossus seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah, well, it looks like that little advantage in the earlier part of the game simply kept building up, and Ezrarh now has this game handily. There's no chance for Twosocks really to win.
Yep, once he got his little advantage, he kept getting slightly more ahead, stayed up on the expansions, made sure to never cut his probes, and with a Harvester lead and an Army lead and a very, very nice Protoss ball, he's probably just going to walk in and end it right here, yo.
Yeah, on 3 bases right now, mining a 4th. That's bringing in gas. He's kept his money extremely low. Impressive macro from Ezrarh, and he's going to move in here and win the game in Twosocks GG's. That was pretty dominant.
Don't even suggest that map.
I got, they played it yesterday.
Did he 7-pull?
Or got spanked, basically.
I told Strike to choose that as the map for the first game, and he won the coin toss and got it. Of course he won.
I'd 7-pull on that map.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Looks like it's going to be Shakuris. I'll be right back, just going to get some water.
I'll be getting water as well.
I'm back. I'm so inconsistent in saying Ezrarh. I either say Ezrarh or Ezra. I switch every other word, every other time.
That's cool, don't worry about it. I'll try and keep my sentences a bit
2 feet.
shorter.
Twosocks, so easy.
It's like 2 feet, but socks.
I'm going to change the emphasis on the 2 though. It's going to be 2 socks, so like too many socks.
Zergs don't even wear socks. Hello, welcome to Game 2 of the Losers Finals, NeoGAF Starcraft 2 Open. We have Twosocks vs Ezrarh, PvZ. This is, of course, Twosocks map choice. Shakur's being a very big map for macro. With me joining is Splinter. Hello, Splinter.
Hello, Hazard, and thank you for introducing me for this Game 2 of the Best of 5. This is the new Shakur's, the new and improved, not that horrible version which had backdoors, which on cross positions, Protoss could turtle up on 3 bases extremely easily and then kill Ezrarh, or the version where it could be horizontal positions like this and then Ezrarh would lose to tanks, and then QQ about it.
Now you will have to enlighten me, as I have not been following the Blizzard map progression. What exactly about this map is different?
Well, now if you take a look at the Zerg base and you go slightly to the right, you see how there's the lower ground there, which leads you to the mineral top expo. There used to be a ramp in between that base, and there used to be rocks there, so you could break the rocks and then take the expo, which would be at the 12 o'clock. But they decided to remove that and simply put the so you couldn't go from your main base to that expo. Instead, you have to go outside your main base to break the rocks to get to that part of the map.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's pretty interesting, but you can still blink and Colossus into the main, so I guess that's not too big a deal for
Yeah.
Ezrarh.
Of course, they also removed rocks in other areas of the map. You notice near the Zelnagas, there used to be destructible rocks there. They decided to remove that as well, just giving more mobility in the map. The map kind of just had that center area and kind of felt a little clogged up at times. So
That is
I like that
pretty,
change.
I like the change too. Twosocks going for a 14 hatch, and what is this? Ezrarh made a Nexus, and it doesn't have a gateway or forge. I don't even understand. It's like Brood War.
A 15 Nexus seems a little daring, but I love it. I love it.
It's pretty awesome. Of course, those cannons will come up with more than enough time. Ezrah's going to shout, "Oh, you have a hatchery," and then he's just going to laugh at the Zerg because he has a Nexus.
Yeah, a little story time here. Me and Skogoth were playing 2v2 casual time, and one of the opponents went for a Nexus first, and we were like, okay, I'll Speedling attack him. Or no, yeah, I was Zerg. I was like, I'll get Speedlings. You go 3-gate Zealots only, and we lost because the cannon got up first.
That's pretty amazing, I have to say.
Yeah, especially on the longer maps. The travel times make this type of play actually quite safe. I think it's going to become more standard with the larger maps that Blizzard has introduced to the ladder.
Yeah, and you saw what Ezrarh did right now is he scouted, of course, the hatchery, so he knew when it was coming up, and he knew it was safe to put his gate before his cannon. It's little things like that that can really make a key difference in how you're playing at this level.
Yeah, that's just going to allow him to get his Cybernetics core up earlier, which means Warp Gate done faster. And just because the Cybernetics core is going to be earlier, you could get Stargate earlier, you could get Robo, you could go for a 6-gate faster. Than just a little thing like that gives him more options, allow everything to hit slightly faster. So really nice crisp play from Ezrarh so far.
Is that actually a full wall-off? Okay, now with that cannon, it is a full wall-off, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of Protoss players are for electing to fully wall off nowadays, so there can't be any run-bys at all.
But of course, all he has is one cannon, and that is a very weak spot if Banelings do decide to break that.
Yeah, but at least there is some defense there. You do need Banelings. Well, a Zerg player could make 30 Lings or something, and then they could simply run to the main, and there's nothing the Protoss could do because it takes quite a bit of time now for them to be able to produce gateway units to defend.
Right, chronoing that warp gate, both players at 30 supply, 28 harvesters for Protoss, 25 for Zerg, and Twosocks just droning a little bit, getting that Roach Warren right now. No big tech from Protoss, just making probes, always a good thing to do for Zerg.
Definitely part of a Twosocks stylistic way of playing, getting that Roach Warren before layer, also getting that second gas. Just part of the way he plays the game.
Yeah, I know as Zerg players, oftentimes you try and delay your second gas as fast as possible, or sorry, as long as possible, so you save money. He's getting that Evo Chamber. I think this is just for his early upgrades. We saw that early 2-1 in Game 1 on Xel'Naga, and that 2-1 upgrades for your units, especially if you have a chance to utilize Hydralisk or DPS with +2.
However, Hazard, right now we got 6 gateways? No, 5 gateways, I believe, up for Ezrarh. However, the Overlord's going to be coming in. I think he's going to be able to scout all these gateways. The Sentry's going to try to stop him, but to no avail. So he's going to see that there's possibly going to be some sort of timing attack here with +1, I believe, coming from Ezrarh.
Yeah, Ezrarh pulling a Huck. Huck, of course, loves his 5-gate timings. Most Protoss love their 6-gate timings. But with a full wall off and all these sentries behind his wall, is he just going to kill his gateway to get out, or what is he going to do?
Yeah, he may put down another Cybernetics core, something MC has done. He put one in his main and then destroyed the one at his natural, still allowing him to utilize all those full gateways.
We have a +1 missile attack coming up for Zerg, some Roaches making, and right now, you know, it looks pretty standard from both players. They're just content with 2 basing right now. No third coming up. We're almost at the 9-minute mark. So if Twosocks doesn't suspect anything coming, the +1's finished, and wow, he's killing his Forge to get out. That's certainly interesting.
Yeah, the +1 finished and decides to take down the Forge. I
Oh,
think Twosocks should be able to handle this. He is making Roaches right now. Started Burrow, so Burrow won't be done if Ezrarh starts pushing out right now.
Yeah, Twosocks knows
he
it's
should
all
have
gateway.
time.
He's throwing down that Hydra Den. That probe in the front, though, it was chilling at the 3rd base. I don't know why it didn't stay there. That's a fantastic spot for a pylon, and you know when the 3rd is going down. But it looks like Ezrarh is pushing out. Whether it's fake pressure or real pressure, we'll find out soon, but Twosocks is just pumping out units right now. You know, honestly, with all these sentries, I wouldn't be surprised if he just pulls back once he gets on creep. I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, the Roaches have speed, closing in quite quickly there. Going to force Ezrarh back off, put down a few force fields. I think he's just going to back off right now. It's not like this was some sort of all-in. He has got the Robo completed. Probably going to get a Robo facility quite soon. And he's been making probes this whole time. So he has 52 probes right now to Twosocks 43. So he's in quite strong position, getting his 3rd as well. While at Twosocks right now has 24 Roaches. So Twosocks may be the one who's going to be putting on some aggressive play.
Yeah, I really like what Ezrarh did. As I said, as soon as he got on the creep, he just says, oh, wow, you have a lot of units. My damage is already done. Those aren't drones. I'm going home. You know, I'm keeping my sentries alive with their energy. I'd like to see Twosocks move out, try and deny the Protoss 3rd, because his Link did get sniped there, and take his own 3rd.
Looks like Ezrarh, he's obviously able to do very well at micro, as we saw at the Phoenixes in the first game, and he's quite strong at macro, as we saw at the end of the first game. And so he's perfectly fine doing those little pokes, then pulling back and macroing up at the same, and then macroing up at the same time and continuing macro up.
Right, Ezrarh sees that the Roaches are still in the middle. He's not worried about them. That 2-1 is coming up again for Twosocks, along with the Spire. That 3rd base is taken now. I think that's a little bit late, but I really, really want Twosocks to move out with his Roaches. He's just sitting on his butt at home. He's not doing anything with all the units he made.
Yeah, and the observers just spotted that 3rd timing. He's going to definitely notice it's late. I think he's just going, Ezrarh's just going to stay at home, continuing to macro up like we've seen him do. Building Colossus right now. He put down another Forge, so he's getting that armor upgrades. His 2nd Forge in production as well, so I'm sure that's going to be used for the attack upgrades. Getting a Twilight Council, so you could get those higher level upgrades as well. +2 in +2. Yeah, +2, +3.
Ezrarh throwing down his second robotics at his third base. Another Colossus is about to pop out. And a Twilight Council halfway done. Third base is almost finished. Worker count. Twosocks is not a fan of drones right now. He's making 9 more roaches, and it's 64 harvesters to 47 in favor of Ezrarh right now.
He's
That's
pushing out right
lead.
now. The observer's going to see it, however, as it's flying by at the time. This is going to be a tough hold, I think, for Ezrarh. He only has 1 Colossus out right now. However, looks like Twosocks is going back off. He's not on creep. Trying to get the engagement, looks like, to happen on creep. He's trying to bait the Protoss army back.
Yeah, he has to be careful because those are 6 sentries with full energy, not half energy or 50, but full energy. So that's a ton of force fields to even safeguard the 1 Colossus. The second one should be walking down. There it is, starting to blink as well. Just poking around with the Overlord, but I feel he needs to do something. He scouts that third base.
The second Colossus has now finished production, but the army is moving in. Looks like he's going back up again. He has quite a few units back at where his rally point's set from his hatchery, so he doesn't have all his units there with his army. He does have a lead in supply, however, he has quite a few less workers.
I think he's just waiting for his corruptor count to grow large enough to deal with the Colossus right now.
Yeah, the issue is, however, that Ezrarh just has so many stalkers, and he hasn't been making... He only has 4 zealots somehow. The rest are all stalkers.
Yeah, we have a very, very heavy gas army.
I
Very
don't think I'm going to
scary.
get back into this. I got disconnected from Battle.net.
Well, that's alright. It happens at GSL as well. It's not a big deal.
Ah, there we go.
Are you alive, Splinter?
Yeah.
Alright, fantastic. We're just waiting for the corruptors. Oh my god, it's a Nidus network. Where is it? It's at his natural. We have a Nidus going down. I think that's brilliant, because if he gets trapped at the third base of Ezrarh, like, he can kill it, but there's no way out. But if he sets a Nidus there with his Overlord that is now dying, he can actually snipe the third and escape. That would be so beautiful. But instead he's engaging in the middle. We have a ton of roaches running in. All those corruptors are at the back. There's only 4, actually, and 3 Colossus is a
Some
good
pretty
number.
good force fields going down right there.
Oh
I have
god,
to
that's
say.
so brutal. And he is blinked. Oh, it's just... Oh my goodness.
And just before that battle, Ezrarh, he pushed ahead in supply. He jumped up like 30 supply in under a minute. Now he's pushing forward. He's had the Harvester lead this entire time. He has so many production facilities. I think Twosocks is in trouble right now.
But yeah, he's just pumping roaches right now, and that's... Look, oh my god, how many stalkers does he have? That's insane. He has 30 stalkers, and that's absolutely ridiculous.
2 more Colossus coming in for reinforcement as well. He's just mopping up the Zerg units. I think the timing of Twosocks' attack was literally about a minute too late. If he had hit a minute earlier, I think he possibly could have won the game.
I would even say 2 minutes late, but here's... If he had... What I would love to see, because he was scared to attack because of all the force fields, but if he had the Overlord at Ezrarh's 4th, if he built a Nexus, or sorry, not a Nexus, a Nidus there, he could have sniped the 3rd and then gone home. That would have been beautiful.
Yeah, and now Ezrarh, our Masters Protoss, just stomping over Twosocks in the second game, winning it in the GG. Winning it convincingly, I'd say.
Hey guys.
Yo.
I don't know who you are.
I've played with you before, Hazard.
Have you?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
a real life friend of mine in Skogoths.
Yeah.
Did we do that 4v4 with you?
Yeah, where we were just griefing everyone, trolling them all. Yeah, that was fun.
I placed in the 4v4 plat.
Nice.
You haven't done any 1v1s?
Why would I do that?
Oh.
Fuck, going into the shootout.
Damn it.
No, it's good. We held off a power play in overtime. It's
Shocking.
impossible. Did Skogoth go home?
Yeah, he'll be back soon. What's different? What's the next lineup?
We're waiting for game 3 between Ezrarh and Twosocks.
Oh yeah, it's 3 of 5.
Damn, I was hoping he would pick Agree Valley.
Yo, Karan, let's hold off for a few minutes, okay? I know you want to watch baseball. I want to watch hockey, so...
My score looks so pathetic now. I've only actually played one game out of any of them. Since the new season, I've only played one.
We didn't do a 3v3?
Yeah, we did. That's the only
Oh,
one.
yeah.
It's the one game I've played since they've reset.
Yeah, I've done one 1v1 and one 3v3, I think.
It just looks so sad. No, you've done 3. You did a 4v4.
Sick.
But you didn't... It
Oh
was
yeah,
with,
my
it was
friend
with a
made
team
me
that,
play that.
yeah, it was with a team you haven't been placed with yet.
He was
That's
like,
why.
I want to see Starcraft, and I was like, okay.
Starting in 2 minutes?
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, of course you won because it's you. Tell me what happens in shoot up.
Yeah, they haven't come back from commercial yet. Taking
Fucking
a while.
commercial.
What the fuck? The feed died. Oh, here we go. Both teams missed the first shot. Sick. Boston missed the second.
Oh, nice, you're playing Boston. Yeah, beat them, please.
Go fuck yourself. Nazem Kadri. Can we see some sweet dangles?
Kadri will win it. He has to. I believe in him. Oh, Splinter, do you know what they're calling him now?
Nasty Nas?
No, Nazim the Dream. Yeah, it's a great name. I'm a big fan.
I like Nasty Nas. Oh, dirty! So fucking dirty. That's going to be highlight reel.
It's Nazim the Dream. Can't stop, won't stop.
Backhand top cheese. Boston needs to score. Oh shit. Oh, Reimer with the save. Fuck yeah. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, very nice.
We're good,
very
Karan.
nice.
We're ready.
Players ready? Let's begin Game 3, Twosocks versus Ezrarh. Hello everyone, welcome to the NeoGAF Starcraft 2 Open. This is Losers Bracket Finals, Twosocks versus Ezrarh. This is Game 3 on Metalopolis. With me casting today is Splinter, and I am Hazard.
Yes, thank you for introducing me, Hazard. Of course, we got close air positions on Metalopolis. I think Twosocks is going to be so happy when he scouts this with his Overlord to learn at least he did not get close positions on the ground.
I think he will be very happy to see that. Is Twosocks the kind of player that jukes the Overlord when he sees the Nexus or not?
I think that's any good Zerg player. So we're going to find out, is Twosocks a good player?
Looks like he's spamming his Overlord. We can see not spamming quite enough to keep up with Ezrarh spamming though.
I'm just seeing in the vision, looking for that Overlord to spot the Nexus and then
Oh,
instantly
Ezrarh
go back.
knows. He knows. That probe's going out. Knows what's up.
Well, Twosocks tried his best, but Ezrarh, the pro that we've seen these past two games, there's a reason he's up 2-0 and has the chance to win this series right now, right here.
If only Overlords could cloak and blink, then we wouldn't have this problem.
Or if only they were detectors, right?
We do have a 13 gate going down, and Twosocks waiting on his money. Is he actually going to 15 hatch? He's going to try and 15 hatch with 2 drones. That's how much he wants to 15 hatch. Oh god, he blocks his own hatchery. Twosocks, you silly man.
The pylon.
Oh my god, everything is ruined. Where's that pool? Come on, Twosocks. There's the pool, there's the gas. He's not going to pull a ret and just make the hatch anyway.
I'd love to see to cancel the pylon right now. He's going to let it finish, but it would have been hilarious.
Yeah, you just gotta really play it safe. Plus it forces those lings out when he wants to expo again.
Of course, Ezrarh chrono boosting that Nexus, getting up the Cyber Core right now. Hasn't put guys in gas yet. Forgetting that. That's going to hurt him if he's trying to go for a 3-gate sentry expand. Now just putting the guys in gas, taking his second gas as well. Otherwise, not much going on right now. I would say I expect Twosocks to play standard. Or do you think he, like being down 2-0, you think he'll take the risk and do some sort of all-in?
It's hard to say. I think he's a bit off tilt, just trying to kill that probe with all his drones, getting his natural blocked. And he made 6 lings instead of 2 or 4 to kill the pylon. So I guess he's probably going to expand. He might fake and expand and go Baneling. Who knows?
Yeah, we see the second gateway going down right now for Ezrarh. The third as well. I really just expect the standard 3-gate sentry expand from him. He has no reason not to play standard. He's up 2 games to 0. I think he's just going to try to play it safe and win this series out.
I wouldn't, it's too late now, but delaying the second hatch like that, if you go Void Ray, they're only going to have 1 queen-producing structure, and that can be very hurtful on these close air positions.
Yeah, just part of the reason you don't see anyone try to go for the 14 or 15 hatch anymore. They get the pool up first. Just because if it gets delayed, you are slightly behind.
Right, Ezrarh putting down that pylon on the left side. I wouldn't be surprised later. We saw Twosocks make a Nidus Worm in the second game. He never utilized it, but he knows the building exists, which is saying a lot more than most Zergs today.
Are you hating on some Zergs right now, Hazard?
No, I just love Nidus.
Of course, we see the Larrick being started and the Roach War going down at the same time, so something slightly different out of Twosocks. Just in his build order, I think that may be because this was a Speedling expand instead of his normal 14-15 hatch.
I'm looking at this drone. Has it actually mined 2 times from the gold?
I'm not sure exactly.
Because that gold patch is missing 14 minerals and not just 7.
Well, that drone trying its best to be efficient while it scouts, evidently.
Oh, hallucination. I do like this. Here's the forge, there's the sentries, there's the expand. It is a 3-gate expand. Does going 3 hatch against 3-gate expand work fine?
Well, the issue though is that from the 3-gate expand they could go into 6-gate, and in that case if you go for a fast third you instant lose, basically. So it's for that reason. However, if you do scout the forge, I would say you have some assurance that they're not going for 6-gate, just because that's 150 minerals that isn't going towards a gateway to be put up.
Research complete.
So I'm poking around with that Ling. He does see all these sentries. And now it's up. What is Twosocks going to do with his Lair and Roach Warren? He is scouting with his Overlord. That's very cool. It'll, of course, die, but it is nice to just fly it in there. And Ezrarh, no slouch in scouting either, has that hallucinated Phoenix, going to see all that tech that Zerg has.
And there's 5 roaches that looks rallied straight to the front of Ezrarh's base. An interesting decision. He doesn't really have a lot of Ling support, so the 5 roaches are going to have to do as much damage as they can on their own, but this seems extremely risky, seeing as Ezrarh could warp in a few stalkers, and they're slow roaches, so they can't get away.
Yeah, he's following it up with 8 more roaches, so he just might be wanting to poke away, see if he can't snipe a forge pylon, open a path for Lings to run up or something.
It's quite a aggressive move. He's supply blocked right now, in fact, 62 of 60. That's quite the hard supply block. I'm not sure what Twosocks is going to be trying to do here. It looks like he's going for some sort of early bust. He's continuing to build roaches, so it looks like we're going to have some sort of all-in from him. He's moving in now.
Those roaches eat more supply than Marauder shells, and that's a lot of supply to eat up with roaches.
He's going to get 2 roaches basically for free because of those force fields. Ezrarh pushing out. I'm not sure if I like his decision to engage straight out over the force fields. Quite strong. Forcing Twosocks back off.
Yeah, he's just continually pumping roaches. I don't know if he's just trying to bait out a lot of force fields or something, but this attack is basically all in, considering he's 10 workers behind, 40 to 30 right now.
Yeah, the Immortal's coming out right now as well. He still has quite a bit of energy. Immortal finishing, coming down the ramp. That's going to just be of huge assistance to Ezrarh in holding off this pressure from Twosocks.
Yeah, I'm also wondering why he didn't start Roach Burrow movement, actually. Because with you have all these roaches, it sort of forces the Protoss to make immortals, so it's up to them to try and squeeze in an observer if you snipe that cannon.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but this is definitely an all-in here. He's going to try to continue to make the units and bust. There may be a chance. He does have a lot of roaches to break through. Ezrarh's defense is going to rely on those force fields. I really hope that Ezrarh has recognized that this is extreme pressure coming from Twosocks. I think he has.
I think he'll be fine. He's got 2 immortals right now and a lot of
the
sentries
immortal
still.
getting focused down. Just came away in the nick of time. It's going to be doing some great damage at the back of that army.
Well, that the cannon was sniped, but now Twosocks is just running because he doesn't have Burrow.
I have to wonder if that was a blunder on his part where he thought he got it, but in fact he didn't. But nevertheless, there's an obs out as well right now for Ezrarh. And he's getting a warp prism, interestingly enough.
I like it. I like it. He's got that forward pylon at the top. He moved out a little bit with his army, moved a little back, and you know what? He says, "Oh, I have this giant army. You've made a ton of units, and I can be countered. So I'm just going to go over here and build a nexus once the probe stops being nuclear."
You could definitely tell just how experienced of a player Ezrarh is. He has a good game sense, being able to say, okay, I have enough units now. I could hold off what he attacks with. I have these 2 immortals. I could expand. And he's going to do some harass as well, putting 4 zealots in that warp prism. I'm sure that's going to go right to the main and try to kill off a number of workers. However, we have engagement in between the 2 bases. The roaches are fleeing away as they know just how large Ezrarh's army is, plus the force fields.
Right, and you see, Ezrarh's not sitting back in his base. He knows if Zerg takes a third and just simply powers drones for like 4 minutes, Z can get ahead. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to poke out and keep pressure, and he's trying to keep Twosocks honest right now, saying, oh, I can't let you drone. But right now we have all these zealots in the main. That warp prism being amazing, just warping in more zealots, taking out all these hydras, going to be pulling all the roaches back, and Twosocks is just, oh my goodness, being very harassed right now. Warp prism's still there.
Yeah, the queen was taken down as well, so he's not going to have the larvae he needs to either build drones right now or build units. He hasn't replaced that queen either. That's quite a huge blunder. He definitely needs that queen.
Well, he needs a lot of stuff right now, actually. His third just went up. He doesn't really have the drones to make it very useful at all. And right now, Ezrarh is going to move out with his warp prism. I like that. That is very awesome. It'll give him sight of the high ground, and he can warp in units right on top of his army. We see back home Ezrarh is adding on a Colossus and a Twilight Council, but here comes the engagement. We have the Warp Prism and the Ops flying forward, giving vision to the army, force fielding that ramp. That is so brutal. So many force fields going down. Oh my god, that's actually amazing. All these units, of course, going to take out the roaches on top. The Warp Prism warping in. Hopefully it doesn't get sniped. Oh, Stalkers warping successfully, and there's a lot of Protoss units left for Ezrarh. Not so many left for Twosocks right now.
It looks like Ezrarh is going to be bringing home the victory, sweeping Twosocks 3-0. Some really impressive play from Ezrarh. He definitely has what it takes to win this tournament still.
Yep. And I believe Paz is online now, isn't he?
Yep.
Now, where is Chansta?
Chansta said he was going to be a bit late.